Okay, so I have no idea who's in here or not. I'm just going to go ahead and start feeding some live food to some of the tanks until people start getting in here. Hopefully everything's working. I have no idea because all I have is my phone on me because my PC is still down, but I get it back tomorrow. So right now we are feeding live adult brine shrimp that how's it going, tanks? And Val's, good thing you're here, Val's. So this is adult brine shrimp that I make, if you guys can see it down there, in like a 17-gallon plastic tub with a light and a little bit of spirulina. I'm going to feed my wild bettas, Betta hendra, real quick. I see one of them in there. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see them, or if they're even really going to come out. And that's probably about all I should put in there. There's one of them up top, but it's not really like a good viewing aquarium. But anyways, continue feeding. So once I'm done doing the live feeding, I'll announce like the winners for the Val giveaway. And if you happen to like already have Val and don't need any, we can work out something else. So for those of you that guessed Fish Nerd or Fish Geek, that I'll accept Fish Geek. The first 3 people who guessed Fish Nerd or Fish Geek will get some plants sent to them. So it's a good amount of live brine for rainbows. See, with the live brine shrimp goes very, very fast, and these are not fully grown yet. Most of them are still kind of small brine shrimp. So, let's see if I can turn this camera around so I can give you guys like a better shot of things, and I can actually maybe still look at the live feed. So awesome. This is the for those of you who are following me on Instagram, this is the tank where I bred the northern purple spotted gudgeons. I put out a video on them not too long ago, the purple spotted gudgeon guarding hundreds of eggs. That failed, and it failed on me like twice trying to do it like that. So what I did was I grabbed one male and one female, put them in here, let it set for a few days, and then they ended up laying eggs. What do I have for sale? Dank tanks. I have got for sale. I mean, where do we start? Like for plants, that's what I have like the most of. But all these snails are for sale. I'm gonna rip out all of this Helanthrium. It failed because the eggs just got eaten over time, and purple spotted gudgeons are they're predatory in a sense. So when they see something little, I'm assuming they ate it. That, or I just didn't see the fry in there. But and I never saw any fry. And in this tank, I can actually see fry. But for sale, I'm about to have all this Helanthrium because I'm going to take this out. This is going to be a low light tank. This plant does better in medium to high light, though I will admit I have it in this tank, which is fairly low light. This is like a $30 eBay aquanite, and it's off the tank a good 8 inches. And this Helanthrium is growing out quite nicely in here. It takes time to adjust, but I do have runners, and it is growing for me in there. But it likes a little bit more light. So I'm going to take all of that out soon. Basically all of these plants. I want to get rid of all of these swords pretty soon. Every time I do a trim, everything in here is for sale. All of those plants are for sale. I mean, it's best to just email me, to be honest. But I am working on the website. Once I get the PC back, hopefully I can get the website up and running running within a deep tank still kicking. Yeah, the 100, if you're talking to me. Yeah, so hopefully I get a website up and running here pretty soon. Hi, Nick Mo. Thank you. April, you're a winner too. Let's see. So I think I fed these guys not too long ago, but I'm gonna go ahead and feed them again. And now I have my vinegar eels here and also my micro worms. Now I'm still working on these. These guys, I just saw babies today. They hatched from the eggs yesterday. And I don't know what stage, you know, was between free swimming and egg hatching. A lot of small fish kind of hover on the side of the glass. So I've still got to do a little bit more research before I put up my how to breed video, but I think these guys are doing good on the micro worms and vinegar eels. So this will be, wow, those micro worms crawl fast. This will be like their 4th or 5th feeding today. And that should be good. That should bring, yep, there's one of them right there. They're fast. See if I can catch him. Yep, he's right there. He's in the screen. Sorry for the bad camera work. There's a little baby purple spotted gudgeon. And I'm happy to be able to breed these because they're very seasonal fish, and that you only find them in one time of the year at your local fish store because of how they breed. So let's give these native killifish some live brine shrimp. Sorry, you guys only get a little bit, otherwise I'm gonna run out. All right, moving on. I want to feed Endlers live brine shrimp. Be a good fit for them. Perfect. See how well you guys can see these. Yeah, you can see them. And these are, whoops, black bar endlers. I think Lucas has these. Zoom out. Oh my goodness. There we go. All right. I'm gonna hit these Congo tetras. Yeah, these are on my to breed list as well, these Congos. They're gonna be coming up here pretty soon. I really need to breed my wild bettas first though, or just give my wild bettas away. I've been very lazy with breeding softwater fish. And then these are Liberty Mollies. That I got off of Aquabid. I'm good. They're good. Alright. I'm gonna hit these guppies. You guys a little bit. These guppies need brine shrimp. Some more coal panda guppies. Yunk. Oh, that's just terrible camera work. All right, now for a funner tank. I just saw how long to brine shrimp. I didn't catch all that question. I think you're saying how long do brine shrimp take to grow out from baby brine to adult brine? At least 2 weeks. You've got about 24 hours to get baby brine, and then it generally takes me about 2 weeks. Temperature have a big role in that and how long it takes, but about 2 to 3 weeks for me before I start seeing adults, and then another 2 to 3 weeks for them to reach full adult size and start carrying egg sacs. Oh, how long do brine shrimp live in freshwater? I've never tested that. Not very long, but I've never tested that, so anything I say would kind of be a lie, but not very long. This is freshwater here that I put them in because I don't want to pour in a bunch of salt water, but yeah, I'm assuming at least an hour. And due to them being brine shrimp, I'm not really worried about overfeeding, so I kind of expect everybody to eat them. There's not gonna be a lot left. There's quite a bit of baby brine in there. Well, they're not seeing them because that power has blown them away. Other side of the tank, guys. Come on. I put in food. You gotta go find it. Yeah, there they go. They're seeing it now. Yeah, normally my brine shrimp gets, at least when I grow them out outside, I notice that brine shrimp get a nice bright red. I've got video and pictures of it on my Instagram if you go to my Instagram. I think it has something to do with the vitamin D that really helps out invertebrates. When I bring in my fire reds, my fire red shrimp from outside, I think that has to do with a lot. Well, how many are out there has a lot to do with just the vitamin D and the natural sun that they get. I think it helps out invertebrates a lot because brine shrimp get nice red coloration when they're out there, which is the carotenoids that turn flamingos red and turn your fish red. All right, don't fall. These are just dwarf neon rainbows. This should be a good enough amount for them. Alright, just because they're begging. You guys want some live brine shrimp? Here you go. It's in your face. Alright, I think I've only got enough for like one more tank. So I'm gonna hit my Belleri rainbows with the rest. Hopefully they eat them. These fish right here are really just, I don't know, they're finicky eaters. I think I have them in too public of a place in my house because they tend to hide a lot for me. But that's it for my live food for now. Uh-oh. Gotta fix my baby brine shrimp. Get that bubbling. There we go. Should be working. That's gonna start working. Other puppy. All right. I don't know how many questions or comments I'm even gonna be able to read. Oh wait, maybe I can. Turn that around. Comments. Show live chat, messages, hide, show. Show them. Okay. What does the rainbow look like all growed up? I'll go ahead and I'll show you that. Hopefully it lets me continue to see. So those Belleri rainbows are this guy right here. Now these look the best in the morning time, especially after a nice big water change the day before. That is the male, that is the female. They're not Melatonania, they're Clethrii or Clethriina, Clethriina belleris, I believe, is the full scientific, but they're not Melatonanii. They're not found in Australia. I believe they're found somewhere in the Philippines. Probably wrong about that, but they're not found on the Australian continent. So there are rainbows in other parts of the world, and they're one of them. And I like them a lot. They get quite big. I think they color up fairly fast. Maybe not. Maybe I'm not correct on that, but this guy in the morning looks really, really nice. Check out my dart frog vids when you get it. Definitely will, Dank Tanks. Absolutely, Dank Tanks. I've been wanting to, or thinking about setting up that that 100 heavily planted tank into like just a like a dart frog tank. I don't know if I would do dart frogs, but it's not really wide enough. But like I was thinking, I could do like endlers down low with, you know, a foot of water, and then up top I could have possibly dart frogs or like a chameleon. I'm not sure. That was just an idea. I thought that would be really, really cool and something different. But yeah, let's that went away. Show live chat. Papua New Guinea. Yeah, that sounds. Are they from Papua New Guinea, Vals? I want to say I read they were from someone else, but they absolutely could be Papua New Guinea. Papua New Guinea is right just off the coast of Australia, if I'm correct. I could look, I'm pretty sure. New Zealand, Papua New Guinea should be, yep, up there. So I'll go ahead and announce the winners from first to third. I said 3 winners, but I might do a few more. Everybody has to at least somewhat claim it. At least you have to email me to claim it. So number 1 is Kevin Hyatt. Show. Kevin Hyatt is number 1. Kevin, you've been getting a lot of stuff from me if you see this. What's up, Zach? How's it going, man? Good to see you here. Zach, you and I need to do a live stream together sometime. I was thinking about that earlier today, like yesterday, how I want to live stream with you at some point in time. I think that would be fun. So Kevin Hyatt, you're winner number 1. It keeps hiding the chat on me. Show live chat messages. And then April W, you are next. You're number 2 for the winner. Both people who've had shipments from me. And then Val's Albo, who is here, you're winner number 3. So if all of you want to contact me just through my email, wildworldaquatics@gmail.com, and we can kind of arrange how and when to ship to you. As long as you're like in the continental US, possibly Canada. I think I might be able to, yeah, I might be willing to try to ship to Canada if someone's from Canada, just because I know Sergeant Tanks does it. But you've got to be, I think, within the continental US, maybe Puerto Rico, stuff like that as well. And then if any of those people opt out, I think all of those, yeah, because April and Kevin, I know I can get a hold of them. I think April might be here. And Val's, I'm wrapped up. I'm wrapped, but I'm in Australia. You're in Australia. Okay. That stinks. I don't think I could afford to ship to Australia. That would, like, a minimum, I think, of like $40. But I would want to do more than just some Val's if I ship to you in Australia. Eventually, I might have to do some Australia shipments. That would be fun, to be able to reach more people. So after Val's, since he's in Australia, Tortoise Tom 1, Tortoise Tom, if you're watching this, just get in contact with me if and when you do. Yeah, so I think that's it for all the winners. At least that's the 3 that I said I would do. Ruru, you don't get anything. No, Ruru. You don't get anything. Oliver, sit. Sit. That's not sitting. Sit. Give it to Susan from SLC Aquatics. I could do that. Yeah, absolutely, I'll do that. I will do just that then. If she doesn't have Val, I'll definitely give her some. Yeah, I think that works. So Susan, if you're watching this, Val's is honorarily giving you his shipment of Val's. So get in contact with me. If not, I'll contact her. So yeah, I think, I'm not sure, how long have I been on? 20 minutes? 20 minutes. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna go for. I don't know if there's anything anybody wants to see. I was gonna do like a live feeding, talk about those gudgeons because I was pretty excited. I'll show you, I wanna show you guys the adult gudgeons actually. Let's do 500 subscribers. All right, so these are the adult gudgeons, and if you guys want to look at northern purple spotted gudgeons a bit more, Dan Heitshoe has one. I don't know if you all know who he is, but I follow him a lot. He's the whole reason I got the purple spotted gudgeons when I saw them, is because I love his. They do get a bit bigger. They're native to Australia. I really want to set up a biotope with them and some rainbows, because they're from the same waters. At least they'll be from some of the same waters as at least a few rainbows will be. But they're from Australia, I think northern Australia, because they're the northern purple spotted gudgeon. And yeah, I really like these guys. I think they look awesome. Let me set this camera down so it's not as bumpy. But that is, I think, yeah, it's one of my males. And I've got 5 of them in here in just a 40 breeder, which they might be able to do for a while if they're only going to get 5 to 6 inches in captivity. But yeah, a lot of gudgeons are pretty hard to breed. Apparently these ones are not, considering that, I think it's just because they're a little bit bigger, that their eggs are a little bit larger and their fry are a little bit larger, so that they can actually eat like a micro worm. Whereas peacock gudgeons, and not even just the peacock gudgeon. There's like another gudgeon that, not Greg Sage. Oh, this is bad. Forgetting his name. Yeah, the rainbow guy that they just did a video on. How do I forget his name? Oh, that's bad. I must be tired. But yeah, there's quite a few gudgeons in Australia that they're just hard to rear fry on because the fry are so small that the only success apparently people have is when they raise them outside. And I think at that point they're just feeding on microalgae and microcrustaceans that are inhibiting the microalgae. Can you feed it a red worm? The gudgeons, absolutely. Absolutely. It's one of the things I actually like to feed them a lot of. So I've got some red worms here. Let me move this over because that would go with feeding live. And then I'm not going to use that. That'd be gross. Use scissors and a cup. Oh, well, hopefully I don't need this. Aquatic Experience Madness, who is that? Hopefully someone else didn't just go live. Someone just uploaded a video. So this is like my indoor red wriggler culture. These are really easy to keep, and they breed just amazing for me inside. Here is actually a little egg, a worm cocoon. It's not, I was about to call it a pupa. Zach, I'm up to 61 and I'm stopping at 61. I'm pretty sure I'm stopping. I'm going to be changing some around. I think I'm going to get rid of some 10s actually and just get some bigger tanks. I want to stack my 75s and get rid of the 10s under them, and then I might put in like a rack of 40s, but I don't think I'm ever going to get anything smaller than a 40, and I'd like to get rid of all my 10s and get some 20s, like get some 20 racks set up. But these are really easy to breed. Like right there, I just pulled out like 3 cocoons, and each cocoon hatches out 2 to 3 babies. every 2 weeks they hatch out, and every like 2 weeks they're laying more. So these reproduce pretty fast. So if you have larger fish, red wrigglers are a very fast producing, productive worm, and they do great in this. They've kind of ruined some other white worm cultures that I have. Yeah, 61 did happen really fast. I was just like binge collecting them over like the summer and last spring. I forget when I got like my last ones, but I think my last rack was that 420 rack right there was my last one I set up. Yeah, and basically, I mean, it's not that hard to buy at least one tank every time a $1 per gallon sale comes along. So basically every time I saw that, and now they literally have $1 gallon per sale. Like, I feel like it's every month they have them. The Petcos in my area, like they've got them like almost all the time now, but it's between like 10s and 29s. Oliver, were you gonna get out of my face? You just get out of my face. You're like right in my face. All right, me one more worm, a little bit bigger. Yeah, these guys will appreciate that for sure. Awesome, Lisa. So those came in. I wish it would just stay up there. Show live chats. Everything looks fabulous. Thank you so much for the extras. Hey, fish fam, I recommend ordering from. Awesome, Lisa. Really happy to hear that. Really happy to hear that everything came in good. I sometimes worry about mystery snails because I had losses once, but I think that's just because I didn't give them proper insulation and it was during the summer. No, it wasn't actually mysteries, it was ram's horns. That's right. Mysteries should be really hardy. They have that trap door and they can literally seal themselves shut. It was ram's horns. I forgot that. Yeah, but I'm really happy that worked out for you. All right, come on, worms. All right, so I spared showing that, but basically I take scissors and I size the worms down so that fish can eat them a little bit more easily. Oh, I have a duckweed problem in here. Turn camera. Oh geez. Oh man, I'm not good with this camera. I just need to stop touching it. See if I can get one to eat out of my hand. Come on, there's a tasty worm here. Oh, there's way too many worms on the ground for them to eat out of my hand. Maybe I can trick one of them. Tasty worm. It's tasty. Boop. Oh, there's still a good amount on the ground. Come on. Come on out here. I'll move this a little bit closer. Are worms included? Worms can be included if you ask for them. Absolutely. Fish are friends, not food. Are worms included? There's still a little bit in there. Now these guys can eat, I'm pretty sure, a whole lot. These Dan Heitschuh had a video of one of these, much bigger than these ones are now, but one of these with like an entire Australian rainbow fish in its mouth. Fuzzy fish. Does he have a website yet? No, I do not have a website yet. I have one. It's wildworldaquatics.com. I'm pretty sure it's it's wildworldaquatics.com, but it's not published at the moment. I'm working on it. I've only have like 2 things up on it right now, and it's such a mesh. I don't even think I've linked a form of payment to it yet, but yeah, if you just email me at wildworldaquatics@gmail.com, I'll generally get back to you fairly quick, within a day. And then for shipments, you know, within the continental United States, I mean, unless you're down for paying like $40–50 for a box to get shipped out of the US. But yeah, I generally ship Monday through Wednesdays, 3-day priority with USPS. Here you go. Here's the rest. Yeah, they'll just keep eating too. They're fat. They're fat fish. That should be it. Oh, that's no good. All right. Just gonna keep your favorite fish you own. Favorite? I mean, probably this guy right here. In 1 second, we're gonna see if he... Like, it's hard for me... 1 second, hopefully I didn't just ruin the sound by doing that, but it's hard for me to pick favorites because, I mean, I'm addicted to fish, so I buy a lot and I like to breed a lot. But if I had to get rid of like all of my tanks for whatever reason, like I was gonna move or quit breeding, I would probably keep this guy right here. Mainly because I really don't feel like there's a lot of people that properly care for puffers or know how to. They're few and far between. This guy's probably not going to eat for us, but he might actually eat. Whoa, ooh, yeah, there you go. He's eating. I'm literally surprised. That's awesome. He's been outgoing for me. If you can see all those ghost shrimp, those were bred in here. Those breed like very, very prolifically. They populate slowly though, because they have to go through a larval stage, but occasionally I'll see him hunting them when they get big enough at nighttime. Come on, bud, keep eating. Come on, buddy. Keep eating. Yeah, if I had to get rid of all my fish tanks, I'd keep this guy. But for favorite fish, I really like those gudgeons. I mean, it's gonna go in and out. Whatever is rare and hard will be my favorite at the time. But if I could only keep one, I would keep this guy. He's doing good, Zach. I don't think I've noticed any problems. I haven't seen him poop recently, so I do want to see him poop before I put him in the 125, just in case I want to deworm him one more time or put a little bit more meds through him, which I may do that just as a precautionary, because he's been fed a lot of live crayfish, which may or may not, really shouldn't have anything, because I bred them in here in my tanks without any other fish or inhabitants, so they should be clean. But there is a possibility that they transfer stuff among themselves. But he's been doing really good. He's been a little bit more outgoing. Hardest fish I've found to breed. I'm not like a pro breeder by any means. What have I not been able to breed? I haven't been able to breed my killifish yet. I think that's partially because I wasn't putting the eggs on peat moss properly. So I've got some eggs that I'm going to be hatching out in like 2 days. On Friday I'm gonna be hatching some blue Galaris eggs out. But those aren't hard to breed. I think I just screwed a few things up. I'm trying to think of a fish I've tried to breed that I haven't had success. I kind of pick fish that I'm good with. I think pea puffers are hard. I had 8 pea puffers at one time. I think I'm down to like 6 now. And I'm down to 6 because they had so many worms that even after medicating them a few times, the worms came back, and I didn't get them all, and I had to medicate them again, and I haven't even been able to grow them out to breed them properly because they were just so infested with parasites. And I did get them healthy at one point, but I did not do a good enough job to get them into a breeding health. I think he might be done. But I was about to go on a rant, and I do want to go on the rant. I was going to make a video about it. I may or may not. It just depends on how much energy I have. But in here I have a super red, and I want to show you what our local breeders in my area, this guy's actually in my city, think is acceptable to sell other breeders. Like, I just want to show you the poor condition of this super red. Like, this is the most emaciated fish pleco I have literally ever seen, and a guy sold me this poor pleco. Like, I probably could have got another one, but then I would have had to give him a dying fish back that probably would have died because he doesn't know how to medicate it. Oh, come on, pleco. And this guy's doing much better since I originally got him. Like, his plecos have bones. Like, their face that you're looking at is generally like this big bony structure that their eyes poke out of, and I learned this because his eyes were literally sunk in like a good 2 to 3 mils inside of his face, and I'd never seen that in a pleco before. And this guy, his eyes were just sunk in. Come on, bud, come on out, you're okay. And when I got him, he wasn't eating. He has this, like, the sickest fish I've ever just seen, sold to me by, oh my goodness, that's just horrible. Sold to me by like a local breeder. And you can see on his face where his bristles are, it's all like white and like sunk in. Look at his stomach. His stomach is just horrible. Oh. Yeah, this poor guy. Like, Dallas literally just has the absolute worst fish culture in maybe even the world. Like, our breeders are just so subpar. They don't even know how to sell you a healthy fish. Like, the guy didn't even say like, oh no, I can't sell you one because they're sick. He just sold me a really sick one. I don't know. It makes it really hard to even sell fish here. I've had to turn people down because they didn't know what they were doing. But he's had a couple treatments of Levamisol. Has he had his second treatment yet? No, he gets a second treatment on Saturday of Levamisol. He'll get retreated, and then hopefully he'll recuperate. Poor fish. Let's see. Look at rainbows. Show the chat. What's up, glass boxes? Joel and Chris Fishroom, Chris's Fishroom, I think. And puppy dog. This dog tried to eat one of my chickens. Didn't you, Oliver? Oliver tried to eat a chicken. I went outside the other day because I heard a clucking, and one of my chickens, the big one, was laying on the ground, and he was just like mouthing it, just playing with him. Weren't you playing with that chicken in a really, really bad way? I felt so bad. I went out and bought the chickens a bunch of stuff, which also prompted me to do the work to their their coop, and make sure they had everything they need, because I felt bad for them. Show live chat messages. It always goes away. Small snakes. Small snakes? Do I have any small snake? Oh, for the chickens. I'm pretty sure they ate another one. Did I not capture them eating another one? Never in my life will I forget that video of the chickens eating the snakes. It's pretty awesome. They go after them like no business. Occasionally, if I'm out there with them enough, and they find one, because my yard has a lot, and it's had a lot since I put up the garden. Yeah, I'll just see them kind of fighting over something, and it's generally a little baby snake. What does this do? Oh, this is what Lucas does. Oh my god, tracers. Yeah, they definitely are dinosaurs. Normal. Normal, go away. Yeah, chickens are fun though. Alright, we're 41 minutes in. I'm gonna call this here so it doesn't get too long. So yeah, I've got to get some stuff done in the fish room and make sure I feed everybody. But again, do you have a wall breathe filter too? A wall breathe filter? A wall breathe filter. A wall breathe filter. Like a wall mount filter? Like one of the Eheims, Joel? I don't know what a wall breathe filter is. I gotta wait for Joel. What's a wall breathe filter? We have a wall breathe filter too. Breathe too. Nah, I meant like tracers and walls breathing. Oh, wall breathe. I have a wall melting filter, Joel, if that helps. I can make I can make the walls melt. Yeah. All right, so just to repeat myself, so we have everybody. I want to cover everybody for the winners on the Halloween giveaway. Where's the new puppies? Right down here. He's right here. Oh, he just bumped. Right here. Right here. Hop up. Hop up. Hop up. There he is. Yeah, this is my little brother's dog. The other one was my older brother's dog. They just live with my parents because my brothers are always out of town. But yeah, so the winners for the Halloween video, again, we have Kevin Hyatt. Kevin, who's always getting packages from me apparently. He won like my first contest, and then he just bought something from me, and then now I get to give him something. And then April W, so April, you know who you are. And then Val's Albo is giving his to Susan for SLC Aquatics. And yeah, we'll cut it at 3 then. So yeah, all you 3 people get in contact with me at wildworldaquatics@gmail.com, and we can set up shipments. I'll probably go ahead and I'll contact Susan and let her know, just because she might not know that she won anything. So yeah, anyways guys, thank you for watching, thank you for stopping by, and I will see you guys on the next video.